The DeXe token is on a run. It's up more than 50% today alone. It doesn't stop rallying. Who's buying here though? Let's have a look at the data most people aren't looking at. Let's have a look at the on-chain data on the blockchain. Now here's the rally. We are up 57%. We are at roughly $11.50. This week we almost doubled, and this month we almost 4x'd. And so what's driving this rally? Is there a new product launch? Is there a lot of social hype? Is this manipulation? Let's dive deeper. I'm not going to bore you with the marketing jazz on the website. The TLDR is that DeXe hopes to help governance for decentralized autonomous organizations. Now here's something funny. One of the main call to actions is to look at their GitHub repository. So this is the place where the programmers of DeXe submit their code changes. So we would expect a lot of activity here, but unfortunately there isn't that much activity. There was an update 2 days ago here, 3 days ago here, another one in September of last year, and we just look at the last few weeks, not much has happened. So the likelihood that this recent rally is due to product development, due to a new launch, is very low. Now, in order to estimate where the price might go, we have to estimate both demand and supply. Let's have a look at the supply. Is there potentially an expanding supply which could then potentially depress the price? Now, so far, only 37% of all of DeXe's tokens are circulating. In other words, at some point in time, the supply will more than 3x. And if the demand doesn't grow by 3x in the same time span, then of course the price has to go down. Now here's how the circulating supply grew over time. We were at 2.7 million tokens at the end of 2020, and within a bit over 3 years, this grew to 57 million. And still, we've got another 3x from here. In the last year, the supply grew by 56%. This is not good. You don't want to see token inflation, especially not at that rate. 10-20% might be justifiable for a project with a lot of development, with a project with a lot of momentum, but 50% for something that has barely any activity on GitHub, that's not too great. Now still, the market is disagreeing. Why do we see this almost 4x in 1 month? Now there are two types of DeXe tokens, one of them being on the Ethereum chain, the other one on the Binance Smart Chain. And on the Ethereum chain, there are a bit over 2,000 holders. On the Binance Smart Chain, there are 3,500 holders, so more holders on the Binance Smart Chain. Now let's have a look who's buying here. Is this small retail or is this the whales? I have built a tool to answer this question. You can get access to that tool down below in the premium membership, thebitcoinstrategy.com. On the left side, we see the number of wallets that hold at least 100 DeXe tokens. So at the current price, that's a bit over $1,000. That's what I'd consider retail. In the middle, we've got medium-sized retail. That's now minimum of $10,000. On the right side, we've got the whales. That's a minimum of $100,000. And no, we do not see a lot of accumulation throughout the years. And if we zoom out a lot, we also don't see a long-term upwards trend. So this kind of makes sense. But again, what about the last month? Here are the same charts for the last month only. Also, the number of holders did not increase for any cohort. Here are the charts on the Ethereum chain. It's not that different for the Binance Smart Chain. The number of holders here is even lower. So again, once you put in a threshold. So there might be a lot of very small holders on the Binance Smart Chain, but once you filter this by a minimum of $1,000, then there's actually more capital on the Ethereum chain compared to the Binance Smart Chain. So all of that information leads me to suggest that probably there is some kind of manipulation happening here. Now, who could be manipulating the price? Let's look at the largest holders. This is the holder distribution chart. The top 3 wallets are smart contract wallets. This is the balance over time for smart contract wallet number 1. This is the balance development for smart contract number 2. Now, this went down by roughly 60 million. This went up by 30, so a net down of 30. The third wallet is just a bridge to the Binance Smart Chain, so that doesn't have any price impact. But then the next wallets are Binance. Binance 8, Binance 28. This is how the first wallet balance of Binance changed. And this is the change of the second wallet. So an increase of 3 million, a decrease of 1.5. So net an accumulation of 1.5 million roughly. So we're not seeing that the number of holders is changing on chain. We don't see new people jumping on this. At the same time, we see the price 4xing in a single month. Probably because of Binance, probably because Binance holds a lot of the tokens. I very much suspect that they're holding more tokens than their customers do. So they probably have some tokens simply for market making. And so if you've got the token on your balance sheet, you probably want the price to go up. You might manipulate a little bit on chain, potentially generating some interest in the token with that appreciation to then subsequently dump the price. This is what I believe will happen at some point. Will it happen today? Will it happen tomorrow? Probably not, but at some point we are probably going to see a crash again. There's nothing natural about this rally. Most trading happens on Binance. The price is shooting up. There's very little developer activity. The token inflation is terrible. The investor base is not growing, and Binance controls the price 100%. So I do not dare to predict where this price is going. This is totally in the hands of a few people at Binance, so I'm not touching this. I want to be in crypto tokens where I can see a clear adoption across the masses, where a lot of new people jump in and where there's very little token inflation. This is how I pick my tokens. But yes, of course, this could rally further. If you simply just feel like gambling, feel free to get in. This is no financial advice whatsoever. I'm simply just presenting the data that I find, and you make out of the data whatever you think is good for you. If it's your first time here, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. There's also a free Telegram. Feel free to join us. Link is down below.